Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to the Hawks Nest right here at Humber College. I hope you guys are having an amazing day so far. Today, we have women's volleyball, which is the Loyalist Lancers versus our very own Humber Hawks. The last time these two teams went against each other, Humber has won. Let's see if they can do it again, ladies and gentlemen, but don't take it all from me. I'm going to hand it right over to Matt and Andrew.
Thank you, Genesis, for that wonderful introduction. I'm here with Andrew Blaney, my broadcasting partner, Matt Hamill. And Matt, start of OCAA crossover playoff season, Loyalist, coming all the way here from Belleville. What are you looking for here this afternoon?
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, some Saturday afternoon volleyball, always great to see, and really interested to find out how the Humber Hawks women's team kind of continue what's been a great season. So many wins in the win column, and chance to further things along here to the OCAA playoffs happening at Sheridan College in Oakville. Just a few days away, and we'll find out the fate of the Humber Hawks in this afternoon's game.
Humber hoping to punch their ticket to the provincial championship, second best record, 15-3 in the OCAA. They go up today against the Loyalist team that they're 4-0 all-time against their last meeting, February 24, 2017. It was a 3-1 win in the OCAA quarterfinal that year. Of course, Humber coming into this one to the defending provincial champions, 14 OCAA titles under Coach Wilkins. Loyalist, 0 OCAA titles, 0 medals, looking for their first one. Could be a little bit of a mismatch here this afternoon, so it's going to be interesting to see how this one turns out. We'll get ready to turn things over to Dwayne Bowles on the sideline in just a second.
Heading out for the starting lineup first for the visiting Loyalist Lancers. The 6-foot middle out of Angburn, Ontario, number 3, Melissa Diamond. A 5-8 outside hitter out of Niagara on the Lake at number 5, Kiara Anderson. A 5'7" center out of Whitby, Ontario, number 8, Maddie McLaughlin. A 5'9" outside hitter out of Newmarket, number 9, Sierra Scott. A 5'5" outside hitter out of Kingston, Ontario, number 12, Brighton Matheson. A 5'9" outside hitter out of St. Williams, number 13, Ali Randall. We're starting the barrel out of Uxbridge, number 11, Erica Robertson. The head coach for the Loyalist Lancers is Ryan Stones. The starting lineup for your Humber Hawks, as put together by head coach Chris Wilkins. A 5'5" center out of Pickering, Ontario, number 3, Stephanie Armstrong. A 5'11" middle out of Scarborough, Ontario, number 4, Keomi Ellis. A 5'10" right side out of Scarborough, Ontario, number 12, Tayana Stevenson. A 5'8" left side out of Uxbridge, Ontario, number 13, Erica Dog. A 5'10" outside hitter out of Vancouver, BC, number 14, Leah Serlin. A 5'11" left side out of Guelph, Ontario, number 15, Cass Andrews. Your starting libero out of Ajax, Ontario, number 2, Alex LaChapelle.
Also the hometown of Humber Hawks men's volleyball player Jay Gomes, who we're going to be seeing a bit later on. That's the other crossover game here at Humber College this afternoon as the Fleming Knights visit the Humber Hawks. But that's later. We got a great game in front of us right now with the Loyalist Lancers and the Humber Hawks.
Players getting ready to take the court. LaChapelle will start on the court for Humber by the looks of it. And they'll start with serve as well.
Serving the match for the Hawks is number 14,
serving for the Hawks.
Leah Serlin.
The native of Vancouver, BC, one of the big volleyball hotbeds. We see how well the BC and the Alberta schools do in the national championship level.
That's right, yes, Serlin kind of a new addition too. This only her 10th start with the Hawks
Number 14,
this season.
And she gets to start off with a service ace, just the way Coach Wilkins drew it up, I imagine.
Yeah, serving certainly an effective part of her game. Quite a number of service aces, especially relative to her teammates having only played so few games for the Hawks. Serlin, a great addition for Humber.
This time Loyalist able to return to hits the post. That'll be a violation, so there'll be a point to once again for the Hawks.
14, Leah Serlin.
Serlin stays behind the service line for now. That nice little quick flip up there to earn the point there, and Humber off to a quick start here, 3-0 to get us started.
So Andrew Humber finishing atop the OCAA West with a 15-3 record. Meanwhile, the Loyalist Lancers finished 5-13. It's about 8th place in the OCAA East.
Yeah, it looks like a little bit of a mismatch here, as most of these crossover games are, in a sense.
And looking back at the history books, as Serlin hits it a bit wide. Humber 4-0 all-time against the Lancers. The last time these two squads met that we have in front of us here was back in 2017 on February 24th. It was a 3-1 win for Humber. That was actually the OCAA quarterfinal.
Yeah, the first match of that provincial championship. Loyalist's first serve is good. Except there for Kiyomi Ellis, she got a good hit on it, but that was partially blocked. Could be an opportunity here for the Hawks. Great hit there by Dodd.
Yeah, that was fabulous. Erica Dodd stepping up into that play. She's been one of those leaders for the Hawks, not just from an offensive standpoint, but you could say from that sort of team energy dynamic as well, and establishing herself early in this one, Erica Dodd.
All rookie team last year, and I imagine she'll be either first or second team all OCAA this year. Soft touch there. Somehow able to be kept alive there by Loyalist. Dodd again. Can't get that shot away cleanly.
Here.
Ellis keeping it up. It's up there for Dodd. Great job to keep that one alive. Like you said, Matt, a great rally here.
A nice opportunity for Humber that time. Good blast from Cass Andrews. Minute number 2 of this rally, Andrews.
Still going, but Humber comes up with that point. Back-to-back points for Erica Dodd.
Yeah, Dodd stepping in. Let's take one more look. I mean, you could probably highlight a lot from that last rally, but ultimately it was the finish from number 13, giving Hawks 5-1 lead.
So strong from that left side. Wow, great diving play, keep that alive. I like the idea there from Stephanie Armstrong, just couldn't quite get that over the net.
Leah Serlin, we've said her name a number of times early in this broadcast. That time, the diving save, but unfortunately at the net, not able to convert the play. So highlight reel, just gonna have to tuck that one away.
That's served by Vanderzalm. Another free play here for the Hawks. Cassidy Andrews got a hit on that, but just missed going to the other end of the court.
You know, one of the last times we saw Cass Andrews, 15 for Humber here at the Hawks Nest, she was doing some great work up front. That time she blasted it a little long, but we've seen Cass Andrews very effective with the element of surprise, just coming down over top of it. Up front of the net. Dodd's involved in a big blast there.
3 points all being registered as kills for Erica Dodd. That was one thing that was always a little bit of a culture shock for me when I first started doing volleyball games, that there's an official kill or official stat called a kill.
Kill, it sounds a little aggressive.
Very aggressive.
Isn't the most aggressive sports stat. I mean, think of another sports stat with, I don't think
nothing's coming to mind.
Close to the
maybe a sack in football. Or
well, you know, the inventor of the word sack in football was Deacon Jones. They called him the Minister of Defense. He's playing fearsome foursome for the LA Rams, and he invented the term sacking the quarterback, because he said when you tackle that quarterback, it's like you put the entire defense into a bag and you into a sack and you beat it with a baseball bat. That's a direct quote.
another aggressive term there, so prove my point.
Aggressive origin story.
Sure. Stephanie Armstrong getting credit for that one there. Humber up 9-3, all Humber here early on. Can they keep this momentum going? We'll see. Loyalist will try again, just kind of flip it over. Free play here. Into Tiana Stevenson. That one just missed, so points for the Lancers.
Nice lead for Humber early in set number 1. That slips through the fingers of Dodd.
Could have been an opportunity for a free play there for the Lancers, but Serlin hits the net. Humber still up comfortably, 4 points.
Alyssa Dimer now serving for the Lancers. She's leading the way in points per set for her team this season, 3.7 points per set. So by far, that leading offensive contributor. She's pretty handy with her service aces as well. That time not able to dial it in.
Humber doubling up Lancers right now, 10-5. Both teams still have their timeouts in their pockets. LaChapelle's going to set this one up. Tiana, no. Right smack in the center of the court. One of the, besides the corners, probably one of the hardest spots to defend because you can get your signals crossed in there.
Yeah, time Serlin was involved trying to make the play, but not quite in reach for the Hawks as their lead now dwindles to 4. It's back up to 5 now.
Great play there. Cassie Andrews just smacks that ball right in the corner.
Yeah, Cassie Andrews will be serving now, and we've seen her really playing some fantastic volleyball late in the season, which is something she's done throughout the season, but really picking it up here as we get into crunch time. And why not add a service ace into her late season accolades?
Yeah, that one looked like it was headed right for the line. Don't know if it was going to go in or out, but either way, a point here for the Hawks. Once again, doubling up Loyalist, 12-6. Set up here, the soft touch, that's blocked. Another block at the net.
Great combo up front for Humber between Kiyomi Ellis and Tiana Stevenson. They're all over it right now.
And Erica Robertson on Loyalist when diving for that ball, came up empty. Another Andrews serve is good. Tiana Stevenson, the soft touch, no good. She's just gonna toss it over.
Wow, another great job by Stevenson. Wow.
Another great job there. Another great rally we're seeing.
I like this early in the game, a few outstanding rallies. Big block by the Lancers.
Ellis, the soft touch, that one almost worked. Tipped away, and that's going to be a point for Loyalist. A big one there off that tremendous rally. We'll get another look.
Yeah, and ultimately, here's the point that sealed the deal, but it was Sierra Scott and Maddie McClanagan who were there for the big block. That really tilted that rally in favor of the Lancers, and here's ultimately the point that went to Loyalist. Now it's service out.
What a sequence there. Except for Tiana Stevenson, that won't make it over. Another point for Loyalist.
Humber still in the driver's seat here, 5-point lead. And halfway through set number 1, Hawks cruising along here, but gonna have to stay firm as, of course, they hope to capture set number 1 as the favorite here on home court.
Dodd, a big hit. Just missed that back line.
But there was a Loyalist Lancer who caught a piece of it up front, so Humber gets the point, and Stevenson now serving for the Hawks.
That one won't make it over. We're back on top by 7.
Here we go, that's into the net. Humber's lead now, again, like you said earlier, Andrew, doubling up the Lancers here in set number 1.
Yeah, and after a little momentum run there by the Loyalist Lancers, Humber back kind of in the driver's seat here. Still no team using their timeouts.
Yeah, certainly it's been a pace of play the Hawks, I think, are okay to continue along with here. Tiana Stevenson checking out after a very successful run of serves.
Sydney Ferguson to get us started here with the serve. expecting us.
People are looking at us right now.
No, I don't think they're looking at us. One of the officials is down by the scores table.
Paranoid. It's like, why is Coach Wilkins looking at me?
Did I say something?
He's won a lot of volleyball games. He's intimidated. Okay, looks like we're ready to get going here. 5'10" Sydney Ferguson with a good serve.
Just kept alive, but that will not make it over. 17-8 the score for the Hawks. And head coach Ryan Stone is for Loyalist, still keeping these timeouts in his pocket.
Now, what I like about Sydney Ferguson, obviously a great contributor to Humber throughout the season. Also, Andrew, a 2022 OCAA All-Academic. So balancing the grades with the student-athlete life. It's very impressive. You know, these athletes have to devote so much of their physical and mental resources to excelling in these sport programs, but to be able to balance that's not easy. So tip of the cap to Sydney Ferguson.
Yeah, especially since you're going on the road a lot. Yeah, that student athlete work balance, very tough one. A lot of road games. Good serve there.
Good blast by Serlin stepping into the play.
Big block at the net.
Yeah, Kiyomi Ellis involved in there once again.
Free play here for the Hawks. Step there for Ellis, big hit. Heads right to the bench.
Wow, what a save.
Unbelievable sequence there by the Loyalist Lancers.
The coaching staff clearing the way, moving some chairs out to, wow, that was
Moses parting the Red Sea, you know?
or like when Shaq was running to get that loose ball one time and back in 2009.
Probably a more apropos description. Since it is sports related. I don't think they had volleyball back in the Moses
you know,
days.
shout out to you for going Old Testament with that reference, but let's try to keep all our references AD, partner.
Humber on top by 8 here. Big hit, that ball goes high. LaChapelle, great job to keep that ball alive.
Not sure if that one was landing out, but LaChapelle either way doing a good job to keep it alive, and excellent work up front by the Lancers.
Yeah, Dodd went up for the net with a powerful hit there, but she was met by an even more powerful block. 18-11 to score, still no timeouts used in this first set.
Maddie McClenaghan, first-year player, was involved in a big play up front earlier. Now she's serving, unable to get the net to cooperate.
We're approaching that final stretch here for the Hawks in this first set. Just a few more points before tying up the set with a neat little bow. Just inbounds. It's going to be a point for Loyalist.
Yeah, Hawks have been in the driver's seat much of this set. Very comfortable leads, which they still hang on to right now. 7-point difference right now, but ultimately, Loyalists have had some bright spots, and I think if I'm head coach Ryan Stone, I'm feeling good about regrouping heading into set number 2 if the Hawks are able to make the finishing touches on this one.
Powerful hit there by Cassie Andrews, putting Humber back on top by 8.
And that's what I mean about Cass Andrews up front. She's able to just come straight down on that ball. Saw that in the last home game the Hawks had. We're seeing it right now.
And playing that middle position, you're kind of that pillar piece there, kind of holding together that front line. She's doing a great job today.
You know, Andrews actually led as we got an excellent play there from the Lancers. Brighton Matheson in the mix for that play. But Cass Andrews last Saturday was a big part of Humber's 3-1 set win over St. Clair. Andrews had 10 kills, led the Hawks in that game. And she's got a few already tonight. Partial block there. Andrews and Dodd in the mix.
That one just makes it over. A hit there by Hannah Manners. Dodd, big hit. It'll be a net violation on the Lancers, so it's going to be another point here for Humber. 4 more points left until they win this first set.
Yeah, Chris Wilkins' team closing in here. Of course, Humber's head coach has been in the mix, the helm for 21 years. He's had such an incredible winning record. He's got to like the way his team's humming along here.
Erica Dodd, one of the best servers on the team up. Block at the net. Another big block, and Loyalist can't keep that one alive. Hawks just looking to put the finishing touches here on this first set.
Yeah, you know, Hawks coming into this game, the #2 ranked team in the country. Obviously the heavy favorite here. And that's kind of the reward for having such a good season, right, Andrew? As Cass Andrews gets another point. It's really, you're able to secure such a good regular season record. Get the first round home game here this afternoon.
And Lancers taking their first time out here with just 1 point rather of wiggle room left to go. They're going to have to go on a tremendous run here if they want to get back in this set.
Andrew, we have the game coming up after this. Of course, we have the Humber Hawks men's team taking on the Fleming Knights, who are coming to town. And that will be, of course, Humber's men's team, who are able to lock down pretty good positioning heading into the postseason. So they've earned themselves, just like the women's side, a home game here this afternoon. The Humber men's team finishing 13-5. And they're taking on a Fleming team that's 9-9 on the year. Of course, a pretty hot end of the season for Humber's men's team. Again, that game's at 3 o'clock. 4-game win streak to finish off the season. So looking forward to that one, but got a good volleyball game happening here as well.
Humber in control of the ball here. Big hit there by Cass Andrews. That's in bounds. That's a point for the Hawks.
You know, we certain players for Humber are so dangerous offensively, and Cass Andrews is really just, I feel like late in the season. Maybe I'm just becoming aware of it, but it's been incredible stuff. Haven't even seen Aura Talan yet today, and she's another outstanding player for the Hawks.
That one just misses the court. Lansing's still alive.
Humber's also got Hannah Manners, so good, and yeah, Lancers with the serve here.
Toss over the net. Soft touch there, just out of the reach of LaChapelle.
Andrew, I call that one the holy roller. Taking the nice favorable roll on the net, and that's a tough one to defend against. I mean, it's almost impossible to draw it up like that.
Coming into the game and serving for the Loyalist Lancers is number 10, Natalie Hetherington.
Natalie Hetherington coming in to serve.
Second-year player from Whitby. She went to Brooklyn High School. Now, I'm guessing that's not Brooklyn, New York, but it still sounds cool, man.
That's it. That would be the first set. Humber coming up on top, 25-15. Really, they were in the driver's seat that whole time from that opening drive there. They were 3-0. Really didn't look back.
I like that. You had Cass Andrews making a big splash in that first set, and she came away with already 5 kills. But Leah Serlin's the one that put the icing on the cake there in set number 1. She stepped in. She had some very impactful points early in the set, but also when it mattered most, giving Humber that decisive 25th point and a set 1 victory here in their home court crossover game.
Neither team changing sides, which bench they go on. Always, it's another thing that kind of is a little bit
of an interesting thing about volleyball.
Yeah.
But every other sport there is a switching of sides.
Not
so
with the benches, though.
Not with the bench. That is true. Hockey, you're kind of in that awkward, maybe they should switch. Maybe we need to change the rules of hockey to be more like volleyball.
You might be on to something there, Matt.
You know, I think we should keep everything on the table.
On the table here today, we got a few more sets of this game, and then of course you mentioned that we have after the men's crossover matchup between the Humber Hawks and the Fleming Knights. Stay tuned for that one, scheduled for 3 o'clock. Sure to be a good one, either of those teams. Just like the ones here today, looking to punch their ticket to the OCAA Final 8 tournament. Then eventually, for the men's, of course, the road leads to Humber for the national championship here.
That's right, partner. We'll be hosting the men's CCAA Volleyball Championship right here at the Hawks Nest. That'll be right here on the Hawks Sports Network, and we'd love to have you tune in for that as well. And again, that's beginning March 8th all the way through to the 11th. Andrew, I booked off work at my other job. We're going to be in the mix. It's going to be a great time.
Yeah, I told my bosses as well, I'm not showing up to work those days. It's going to be a lot of fun there, partner, whether you like it or not.
I see I'm on the schedule right now. Just so you know, I'm going to be at the Hawks Nest that day. So March 8th, looking forward to that. But of course, more down the pipeline is the OCAA Women's Championships. Again, that's hosted in my hometown of Oakville at Sheridan College campus right off Trafalgar Road.
There you go. I'll take your word for it. I do not know the geography of Oakville that
right between
well.
Upper Middle and Iroquois Shore, yeah.
30 seconds left to go before these ladies hit the court. Looking to book their ticket to the OCAAs.
Now, I like what we saw in set number 1 out of Cass Andrews, number 15 for Humber. There she is with the blue shoes, making her way to the court. Just very strong work up front, something we've seen a lot of out of her lately. But for the Loyalist Lancers, you had a pretty good performance in that set number 1 by Alyssa Dimert. No surprise there. Number 3 has been leading the way all season long in scoring for the Lancers. And she had 3 kills in that set. Very fitting of number 3. She's only a first-year player, so to really have that sort of output from a rookie on the team, it's good news for the Lancers going forward as they look to really rebound after it was a decisive set victory for the Humber Hawks there.
Only first and second year players on this Loyalist college team. Looks to be building a young program. Dodd with a big hit, deflected out of bounds, and Humber's on the board early.
And for Humber, it's a couple of experienced players in their final home game here. You have Stephanie Armstrong, Alex Krastonisic, just a few of the players honored last Saturday on Seniors Night.
Deflected. Chance here, Cass Andrews, a powerful hit there. 2-0 quickly for the Hawks.
Andrews is just feeling herself, and now up to another kill on that stat sheet for number 15.
No, look at that.
There's our replay, and there's the shot from Cass Andrews. So we just missed a serve from Kiyomi Ellis put into the net.
Kiyomi Ellis, a national CCAA All-Star last season.
(3-1) our score now, so Humber right back in the serving position.
Teams exchanging errors.
Pickering native Stephanie Armstrong with the serve.
Deflected, LaChapelle keeps that one alive. Pass to Dodd, that just hits that back line for a point here for Humber.
So another serve coming up from Armstrong, and a welcome addition to the Humber Hawks. She played a few seasons with the Nipissing Lakers in the OUA. 55 matches there and recording 664 assists. A very strong OCAA player as well.
Always a big boost to the program when you can get one of those OUA transfers on the squad.
That's where we got you from, right? Didn't we cherry pick you out of the university circuit?
Cherry picked me from somewhere. I cannot confirm or deny where it was.
Costco food court.
Wow. Another hit right in that back line. So Humber doing with power and with accuracy as well. So hard to defend.
Tiana Stevenson, you mentioned it, power and sniping that back corner. That was a thing of beauty.
Humber's just on a roll here, 7-1 to start this one off. No surprise there. Loyalist taking a timeout to try and regroup after a little bit of a sloppy start from their end.
And 7-1 run, so a well-timed timeout, you'd have to think, as Hawks are looking even meaner than they did in set number 1. But, you know, Andrew, what sticks out to me, the continued outstanding play of Cass Andrews. There she is hydrating. You know, like me, all the greats have a gigantic water bottle. I also, if you want to get me a solo shot. No, I'm just kidding.
Maybe that's what I'm doing wrong. I have this like medium-sized buddy over here.
You gotta go big.
And just looking at the scoreboard here, Erica Dodd, 4 digs, 5 kills already in this one. Tremendous stat line. Cass Andrews, 3 digs, 6 kills.
Leading the way.
11 combined between the two. Like, what more could you ask for from your front line?
Good effort from Alex LaChapelle as well. 4 digs and contributing on that end of things. But the play up front has really been 2 players standing out, and just mentioned them, Erica Dodd, Cass Andrews. Into the game now, we got Megan Hunt, Tiana Stevenson, LaChapelle, Dodd, Andrews, and serving is Armstrong.
Good serving. Loyalist struggles trying to return these serves, continues.
Eight 8-1, healthy lead for the Hawks. Great dig.
Yeah, great job to keep that one alive. LaChapelle's just going to toss that back. Good opportunity here for the Lancers. Tossed over. Oh, and just out of the reach of Megan Hunt, went diving for that one.
Yeah, Hunt tried to make something out of nothing. It just was a bit of an awkward play. It started off with the miscue up front for the Hawks at the net. And that'll end the run for Humber.
Dimer to serve. Wow, great job there. LaChapelle couldn't get a handle on that one.
That ball deflected right into the hands of a lucky fan. Did have to give the ball back. You don't get to keep the volleyballs that go in the crowd. I learned that the hard way.
Wow, another tremendous hit there. Kill by Erica Dodd.
Yeah, Gil is right. That was a nasty one right there. I think had all kinds of power on it. And we saw a very similar shot from Tiana Stevenson just a few minutes ago, where it was just power and accuracy in that back corner. Erica Dodd continues her great game.
And points won't come much easier than that for Megan Hunt there. Just a little soft hit there to earn the point.
Yeah, Megan Hunt by way of Southwestern Ontario, hometown of Windsor.
Soft touch over the net. Humber can't return that one. Still up by 6, though.
10-4 is our score. I just watched Top Gun, so I'm kind of, 10-4.
Oh, the new one?
Yeah, the new one.
Fantastic, wasn't it?
It's pretty good. Tom Cruise still got it.
I saw the movie twice in the theater. I loved it. But back to volleyball. Top Gun talk will continue after the show. That one just hangs up over the net. Will land in for a Humber point, 11-4.
Yeah, that one kind of skimmed along the net, falling in favor of the Humber Hawks. And now Cass Andrews, she's been dynamite up front. Let's see what she's got with the serve.
Deflected.
Ellis got a little piece of it.
It goes right back to Ellis for the kill.
Yeah, she just kind of grazed it initially, but then once her teammate set it up, it was a full power blast from Kiyomi Ellis, and just another one of those weapons in the arsenal for the Humber Hawks. It's unbelievable.
Hunt diving. Try there to keep that alive. She does. Big block at the net.
Ellis and Stevenson in the mix once again.
Set up there for Ellis, blocked. They'll try again. This time to Tiana Stevenson, the soft touch. Loyalist having to scramble. Free play here for the Hawks. Ellis gets the kill.
You know, give credit to the Lancers. A couple of great blocks on that rally, but, you know, there's only so many times you can stop Kiyomi Ellis, Tiana Stevenson, Erica Dodd is on the court as well. Service ace from Cass Andrews.
And it looks like we'll get a substitution here. Alex Dubé checking in for Kiyomi Ellis. Maybe a point for Humber. Too many touches there for the Lancers. 15-4.
You know, Andrew Cass Andrews, also an OCAA All-Academic in her playing career. Some smart-looking serves from number 15 as Humber's lead now quadrupled up here, 16-4.
Cass Andrews usually averages but 0.3 service aces per set, but 2 already in this one.
And you see Coach Wilkins subs Inara to land, so she's in the mix now. Another one of Humber's offensive weapons we have yet to see today, so looking forward to see number 1 for Humber out of this timeout.
And Loyalist already out of timeouts in this one. Humber just 9 points away from securing the second set. And we've seen so much in OCAA volleyball. You win those first 2 sets, it's really tough to come back from.
No doubt. We'd like to, maybe if we could get our numbers guy crunching just how often the team that wins the first 2 sets maybe goes on to win that game, just how hard it is to climb out of that hole. You always hear those stats in like the NHL playoffs.
Yeah.
Nobody's ever come out of a 3-0 deficit, you know, but really for the Humber Hawks, it's business as usual. The reason they've had such a fantastic winning season has been great play up front, you know, so many tools in the toolkit there that we've harped on today, but really just that team focus, really disciplined play as well. You know, oftentimes at the Hawks Nest, we see visiting teams take some of those infractions, the ball handling violations, the net violations. You don't see Humber commit many of those, and that's, again, a credit to the seasoned coaching staff for the Hawks.
Absolutely there, Matt. We are back underway. Loyalist just getting that one over. Good chance here. Tiana Stevenson, the big hit. Cass Andrews will set it up for Stevenson. Loyalist gets to it once again. Good rally here. Dubé for Hunt. The soft touch, and that works. Humber leads 13 points.
Yeah, Hunt with another good-looking play. Number 6 is checked in for the Hawks, and she's making an impact here. Like that.
Point there for Alex Dubé.
Alex Dubé, right up front, just kind of using the wrists there, and that's, I call that the Cass Andrews special. You know, that's really who I've seen her do a lot as of late, but that time it was Dubé making it look easy up front.
On the men's side, you see Jake Gomes with that move a lot too.
Just, yeah, straight up and down, right?
Just kept alive. Bit of a mishandle there by Dubé, but Humber got the point there either way, forcing the libero Erica Robertson to dive to her left, but couldn't get the handle on it.
Ara Talan, known for the hitting power, however, that time just the high volleyball IQ, dumping in the corner, secure her first point of the day.
And a 15-point lead here in the second set for the Hawks.
Andrews pops it up.
Tiana Stevenson gets another point.
Just elevating there, and that was a good-looking hit, and she was able to really come down on it. Hawks have been on quite the run, 20-4 right now.
The service error there, and they'll finally take her off the service line. After a great run.
Number 12, Bright Matheson.
20-5, Humber leads. Entering that home stretch here, Humber looking to go up on top 2-0.
Serving for the Hawks.
Matheson just a bit to the outside. Hawks now 4 points away. Stevenson's had some very good looking hits up front. What does she have from the service line? Nicely played there.
Big hit met with the block. Ball kind of got tangled up there between Megan Hunt and Alex Dubé. Could make a play, and it's going to be a point for the Loyalist Lancers.
I like the heroic dive by Alex LaChapelle. She did her best to get under it, but that ball was just out of reach. 21-6 our score now.
Service error there leads to a Humber point.
Coming into the game for the Humber Hawks is number 9, Sydney Ferguson.
Sadie Ferguson checks back in.
Serving is number 6, Megan Hunt.
Stephanie Armstrong coming out for the time being. That serve just long. So the team's exchanging points here, which of course Humber can afford to do with this sizable lead.
And coming into the game for the Lancers, number 13, Ellie Brownlee. Serving is number 8, Madeline Linehan.
Allie Brownlee in the game now for the visiting Lancers.
LaChapelle sets it up for Taylon. That's it.
Taylan, very good looking hit there, and that's really the first time she's had a chance to do what she does best. A nice hit from up front. We saw her get that point earlier in the set, just with the kind of soft volley into the backcourt, but love to see that from number 1 for Humber.
Deflected out of bounds by Megan Hunt. Humber still on top by 15, though. Just 2 points away from going up 2-0. 2 sets to nothing, I should say.
And normally when if a game were to end early, we would kind of start the second game early, but because it's a different college, it's Fleming coming into play, the Humber men's team. We are set on that hard start time of 3 o'clock for the second game here on the Hawks Sports Network. So if this game does wrap up quick, there might be a bit of a layover, but I feel like I've jinxed it now, so we'll be here all afternoon.
And all night. Taylan. Yeah, you said it there, Matt. Big hit there by Taylan. It's set point here for the Hawks. Sydney Ferguson to go to the service line to try and close this out.
Taylan, who comes to the Navy and Gold by way of the Philippines.
Now sail long. So the Lancers are still alive.
Serving for the Lancers, number 3, Melissa Diamond.
Yeah, for the Lancers, making it into the double-digit territory here with the Hawks just looking for that one last closeout point.
That looked like it might have caught the line, but
Serving for the Lancers,
line judge is saying that
Diamond.
just missed.
Yeah, Andrews with the rare miss up front. I'm thinking Cass is going to put it away here.
Taylan, the soft touch, can't finish it off. Set up here for Cass Andrews, no. Free chance here for the Hawks. Another soft touch, and that time it works. Tiana Stevenson closes out this second set. Humber up 2-0 here going to the third. An opportunity to end it off, and punch their ticket to the OCAA Provincial Championships.
An authoritative, I believe. Authoritative? That seems like a lot of extra letters for the same. An authoritative set number 2 for the Humber Hawks as they are able to really, what a big lead Humber established there. It was really just all Humber Hawks, and I think the home team likes their chances of making a quick game here and trying to wrap this up in 3 straight sets. But I'll tell you what, at times the Lancers have had some good blocking up front, but when you have just so many different players on the Hawks on the other side to have to key on, I think it makes it very difficult for this Loyalist team, and we've seen Humber just really being able to set up. Lord have mercy.
They said their partner. Look there at the score. 25-15 in the first, 25-11 in the second set. Humber having much easier go of things in that second set. Really was dominated from the outset. But they were up 10-15 that whole time. Looking to end things off here on a high. Keep playing their game. Just don't get away with it. And look at the Loyalist bench there. Trying to find a way to claw back into this one. Well, as we know, the Hawks' Nest, not an easy barn to come into. Home court advantage, certainly a big thing here.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with you there, partner.
We're about a minute away from being back underway. Some of the smoke went off here. We'd like to thank everyone viewing us here today on the Hawks Sports Network. Busy Saturday today, busy weekend in sports. We thank you for choosing to join us, spend your time with us. Now you're going to be checking into NBA All-Star tonight?
Well, I was watching the celebrity game. I was watching the celebrity game last night, and now looking forward to I guess the dunk contest tonight. Is that right?
Yeah, the skills contest, the three-point shootout, and the slam dunk contest.
Interesting. Okay, well, I was scratching my head of some of the celebrities, quote unquote, that were in the celebrity game, but I think it seems like DK Metcalf, the NFL player, might have been in the mix there. That's a highlight for him. But of course, Guillermo from the Jimmy Kimmel Show was blocked by Carlos Boozer. That was really funny to see.
Yeah, I saw him ordering pizza for the bench as well.
Now it's almost time to get our third set underway, and we'll have to postpone all of our Top Gun and dunk contest talk to another time, Andrew, because it's almost time to play some volleyball.
That's for the post-game show. We're underway here, the third set. Ferguson sets up for tail end. Big hit there. Right to the face of Erica Robertson. That one sails long, and will be a point here for the Hawks. Megan Hunt to serve. Serve is up and underway. Right at the net, the soft touch there to kind of just flip it over. Sydney Ferguson. Or excuse me. It'll be credited to Megan Hunt. That one sails long. It's going to be a point here for the Lancers.
Serving for the Lancers, number 8, Maddie Flanagan.
Another point here. Tied 2-2. I believe this is the first time this afternoon the game has been tied besides the 0-0 draws to get started.
Yeah, you said it, partner. So better start in set 3 for the Lancers. Good dive there. Getting under it that time was Reese Gillette.
And Humber will take back the lead with that missed shot.
Serving for the Hawks is number 4, Kiyomi Ellis.
Kiyomi Ellis to serve. That one just over the block. Zep there for Krstancic. Nice little soft touch there by Sydney Ferguson once again.
Yeah, I like that from Ferguson. That was just the element of surprise, quick touch, and the second-year player puts her team up by a margin of 2.
Ellis stays on the service line. Unfortunately, cannot get that one to go over.
Not overly pleased with herself there as she
Serving for the Lancers.
hoping to get that up and extend the lead, but now the Lancers draw back within one.
Krasnodar tried the soft touch, just kept alive. Big hit there with Taylor, and what a sequence there.
That's the old thing of out-kicking your coverage. I think Taylan hit it so hard at the ricochet. I mean, give credit to the Lancers for getting under it, but the rapid ricochet onto the Humber side and stolen point for Loyalist.
Yeah, unbelievable. And Humber let that one go, thinking it would go out of bounds, but just catching the line. Don't look now, but the Loyalist Lancers are up in this one.
Serving for the Lancers.
Another point here for Loyalists, up by 2. So this third set taking a much different complexion than those first two.
Krasnodar, nice touch up front. Lancers keep it alive.
Set up there. That looked like that was a double touch, not called though.
Playing on, and Humber, ultimately the net, not their best friend on that rally as bounces don't go their way. And Lancers now with a 3-point lead.
Yeah, these last few plays just breaking down for the Hawks. You gotta think if this continues with 1 or 2 more points for the Lancers, Chris Wilkins got to pull that first time out of his pocket, the first of the game. Big hit there, Taylan.
Hitting it in deep. Hawks keep it alive. Trying to find a sweet spot.
Going right to the Loyalist bench. And finally, Humber back on the board.
Yeah, that was quite a run by the Lancers. As we're back in action now, and Sydney Ferguson serving for the Hawks. Ferguson has 15 aces on the season.
Just catches the corner.
Ali Bradley.
And things not going the way Chris Wilkins might have thought. I think he was hoping to rest some of his starters here in this third set, but appears that things are slipping away here from the Hawks.
But Hawks do still have some weapons out there. Ara Taylan and Alex Krasnodar, the seasoned vet for the Humber Hawks.
Serving for the Hawks is number 1.
Hannah Manners on the court as well. So you'd like to think that with the squad out there right now, this may not be the starters we saw early in the game for Humber and those big set victories, but you'd like to think the Hawks could turn things around here as a serve from Taylan is in play.
Taylan. Megan Hunt, big hit. Great sequence there. Sydney Ferguson went for the dive, came up empty. Loyalist back on top by 3.
So the good set 3 play continues for Loyalist. 9-6 is the score in favor of the visiting team.
My bet is that Chris Wilkins will save that timeout unless the Lancers rather get to
double-digit mark.
I was gonna say like around halfway, the 12-13 mark.
Big block. I'll tell you what, the momentum certainly in favor of the visiting team, and wow, that's not going to help the cause for Humber.
Serving is number 10, Natalie Hetherington.
Hetherington to serve again for the Lancers. Just off the palms of Elisa Dimert. Krasnodar to serve for Humber. Around 10% of her serves are service ace. There we go.
Yeah, not too bad there, as just able to kind of catch the Lancers off guard. Humber now 2 points within tying this thing up.
Could be a good opportunity here. Set up for Hunt, big hit, catches the corner, and another point for Humber.
I like that for Megan Hunt, as the Hawks now kind of rolling along here. And again, this is a good lineup, not exactly the typical starting lineup we'd see from the Hawks. We've seen a lot of moving pieces here, but I mean, you got Kiyomi Ellis, Hannah Manners, Kristanisic, Ara Taylan, Sydney Ferguson, and Megan Hunt. And certainly looking like the Hawks are getting back in gear now with things all tied up.
It looks like if they keep it up, Chris Wilkins won't have to use those timeouts. Set up there, hits the net. Great play there by Manners. Set up for Manners again.
Wow. Great job to keep it alive by Jocelyn Mayer.
Tail end keeps it alive. Hunt will just toss it back. Good chance here for the Lancers. That lands in. Loyalist retakes the lead.
A very good rally and a good response, as just like things look like they're maybe tilting towards the Humber momentum side of things. Another look here on our replay. HSN replay, big blast, blocking effort. Manners was in the mix for Humber, but now as we get back to real action, Andrew, we just had a serve into the net, so we're back at 11s.
Been a back and forth set. Both coaches not using either of their timeouts yet. Imagine that will change soon if this one stays tied with about 10 points to go. Big hit there, Humber retakes the lead.
Hot dog, that was a missile off the hands of Ara Taylan, putting Humber up by 1.
Just over the block, Taylan gets it.
Wow, what a job to keep it alive by Reese Gillette.
2 times set there, soft touch by Hunt, doesn't work. She'll try it again with power. Deflected out of bounds, gonna be a point for the Hawks.
Megan Hunt back in the mix. And she now has 3 kills and 4 digs this afternoon.
Return there, Taylan went for the dive. Wow.
How did Humber keep that one alive?
Through the block, and that'll hit the ground. Loyalist back on the board. Within 1.
So the number 2 nationally ranked Humber Hawks are really in a bit of a fight here in set number 3. Of course, the Hawks could finish this match if they could capture set number 3.
Kiyomi Ellis, big hit. Free play here. Ellis with power again.
Popped up and a free play for Humber now.
The soft touch. And just when you thought they were going to go for Kiyomi Ellis again, we got that soft touch there.
I like that from Sydney Ferguson. Yeah, the soft touch. And you know, I had the big blast from Kiyomi Ellis and Hannah Manners on that rally, but I like that it was the high IQ play that ultimately got it done.
So it almost gets away. Another great opportunity here for Humber. Taylan didn't work. That one sails way long. It's going to be a point for the Hawks. They lead 15-12.
Good run for Humber now. And again, they were down by as much as 3 here earlier in the set. Much better look for the Hawks now.
Some big swings in this 3rd set. Toss back with power. Chance here for Ellis. And she finds the floor.
Nice run for the Hawks continues. Ellis, as usual, having a good game. She's got 2 kills, which typically we see her with a lot more than that, but it's been quite the rotation for the Hawks. As Ara Taylan takes that off the head. Looks like she's okay.
And Megan Hunt getting that ball just on the wrong part of her hand. Handing Loyalist a point. The Humber's still up by 3.
I don't think I've seen someone hit their teammate with the serve yet this year at the Hawks Nest.
First time for everything, I suppose.
Now, when I play rec volleyball, it happens all the time. I think my teammates are doing it on purpose.
What, a little hint to like get out of the way or something? Or?
Yeah, just please stop talking.
Yes, Matt, we know you're on TV. Just sails out of bounds right by the sideline. Loyalist hanging in this third set.
Yeah, still a nice 3-point cushion for Humber. See if Taylor Baker's serve can put the Lancers back in the right direction.
Tail end. Over the block, deflected. Hunt will give chase, but won't reach there in time.
And a serve for Baker. Trying to draw her team closer.
Tail end went for it there, came up empty. Loyalist within 1.
So I like the effort from the Hawks you've seen so far. I mean, really, Cass Andrews, a player we haven't seen here in set number 3, has been just electric. And I like the idea of number 15 being red hot going into the playoff tournament in Oakville next week.
Tail end, great job there to find the corner. Humber back on top by 2.
Andrew, and then, of course, if these ladies, either of these teams can make their way to the national tournament, well, this year that's hosted all the way at Vancouver Island University. So March 8th to the 11th, we'll have the women's national tournament, not here at Humber like the men's, but on Vancouver Island, Nanaimo.
Hosted by the #1 ranked team in the nation.
Yeah. Of course, #2 ranked team Humber would like to see what they can do, stacking up against what we know is very tough competition for volleyball in Western Canada. That really does seem to be the hotbed.
Yeah, Alberta and BC schools tend to win that tournament. No Ontario school has done it yet. Could Humber be the first? Big block of the net. Tailend keeps it alive.
Unconventional hits to keep this going. Popped up high.
Chance here. That one finds the floor. Hannah Manners getting credit for that point.
Just too much on that one from Hannah Manners, and that was a tough one to handle. Hawks now up by 4.
Still neither of these coaches using a timeout. There's not much runway left in this set. Whoa, miscue there for the Lancers. Humber just 4 points away from closing this match out.
Coming into the game for the Humber Hawks.
Punching their ticket to the OCAA Provincial Championships.
Let's take a second look. That time it was the Lancers' leading scorer on the season, Alyssa Dimert, who was just kind of mistimed the jump. And now, that was a play from a few moments ago, not the most recent play. And as we get back to real time, now it's a timeout called. And, you know, Andrew, I could see the need to call a timeout by Loyalist head coach Ryan Stones. I mean, really, the Lancers were in the driver's seat earlier in this set, but the Hawks did fight back. Sitting pretty right now with a 5-point lead.
Just about done this timeout. Humber can't wait to get back on the corners. They've already found their way back on.
Yeah, we're looking at the Loyalist benches. They're still doing the hip, hip hooray, but for Humber, I think they're hungry to try to close this one out. They're so close, 4 points away. And then that would be the end of their crossover action as they now eyeball the OCAA tournament in Oakville.
Kept alive. Soft touch over the net. Set up here, big hit there. Leah Serlin.
Serlin with the shot that got it done, and Erica Robertson having a laugh from the Lancers as she hit the ball, tried to get out of the way, but did not succeed. And the double touch will give the point to Humber, put them that much closer to putting this one away.
Good serve. Just drifts away, miscue there by the libero, Erica Robertson.
Ferguson.
Sydney Ferguson with the nice shot there. Service ace. Wow, what a shot from Serlin.
Yeah, going from sideline to sideline with that one with such power. This will be match point here for the Humber Hawks.
I think Leah Serlin wouldn't be too mad about going to Nanaimo for the CCAA. Of course, Leah Serlin, a native of Vancouver. Short ferry ride up to the island for maybe some family members.
That one hung on the net, still alive. Just over the block, it's going to be a point for the Lancers.
Yeah, in the mix that time for Humber, Alex Kristanisic and Alex Dubé, but not able to secure the block, not able to secure the set victory. Humber can taste it, getting close.
We're going to need to see Loyalist go on quite a run here to extend this one.
Yeah, Lexi McCallum serving.
That'll do it. Humber comes out on top 3-0 to punch their ticket to the OCAA Provincial Championships nearby Oakville, Ontario, hosted by Sheridan College. Matt, really, the first set, second set really went Humber's way. This third set, a little bit of a different complexion. Loyalist was in this one a lot more, so we saw some more of the subs, but really it was Humber's game to lose.
Agreed with you there, partner. I mean, obviously you look at the #2 ranked team in the nation for Humber. You look at them as the favorite, but I like what we saw out of both teams today, and even in set number 3, the Lancers really taking charge early on, but love the fighting back of Humber. And ultimately, it was a 3 straight sets win, and the player of the game, Andrew, is #2 for the Humber Hawks, Alex LaChapelle.
That guy, that glue player, keeping everything going from that libero position to kind of the defensive specialist of this team. But overall, I mean, you could have given it to a number of players. Erica Dodd, Cassidy Andrews, all with tremendous games as well. I think we're getting ready to wrap it up here. Join us at 3 o'clock. We have the men's game, the crossover playoff match between the Humber Hawks, the Fleming Knights. Thank you for joining us for this one this afternoon. Humber Hawks come on top. Or excuse me, we're going to go to our sideline.
In due time, but Andrew, I mean, let's tee up the game we have coming up next, which is the Humber Hawks men's team taking on the Fleming Knights, and that will be in just a moment. We'll check in with our sideline reporter, Genesis Caliste. But for the time being, Andrew, we're going to have a 3 o'clock start time, so a bit of a layover. We got about 52 minutes, math is hard sometimes, between now and the men's game, and that'll be a great action for the Humber Hawks. You're looking at a team that was able to win 13 games, dropping 5 this season. Meanwhile, for the Fleming, the men's team there. Now we go over to our sideline reporter, Genesis Caliste. Genesis, take it away.
Again, we got them 5-0 right here in the Hawksnet, right on their own turf. And I hope you guys enjoyed the game, but don't go too far because we have the men's coming right up against the Knights. So I hope you guys stay tuned, and we'll see you the next game.